Hi everyone, and welcome to the 1700 subscriber special. Before I get started with that, I just want to take a brief moment to say thank you to every one of you that has subscribed to this channel. For those of you that constantly come back to check out the new content, if you have not subscribed, I beg you to reconsider. Please subscribe to the channel, help us grow our community, and help us continue to do all the wonderful things that we get to do on this channel. It definitely is my pleasure to film the videos, and I hope that you guys enjoy them just as much as I enjoy filming them. But once again, thank you so much for watching the videos, for engaging in the content, for putting your comments out there, for giving them the thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. So fair warning, this is going to be a longer video. I am going to cut out of it every now and then to do things like add pictures or insert the winners, because I do have 10 winners for the random drawing, and what I'm going to do is just insert them in 5 different spots throughout the video, and that's just to kind of keep each of the clips a little bit shorter so my upload time isn't outrageous. So it is going to overall be a longer video though. A lot of the questions are repetitive, so I will try to kind of keep a running track of the questions that I've already answered and move forward. Also, technology can be a little tricky, and sometimes the app does not show me all of the comments. I've looked through all of them and it looks like all of your questions are here, but if for whatever reason I happen to miss one, I'm sorry. But without further ado, because this is going to be a slightly longer video, let's dive right on in. Robert Bixler asked, what is the average monthly pay of my YouTube views, lowest and highest? I explained that I can't answer that publicly. So his new question is, if I found a whopper of a ticket, would I upload it to YouTube or secretly keep it hush hush? This is actually not the first time I've been asked this. Honest answer though, I would want to share it with all of you. I would share it with my community of my subscribers, because I feel like it's not fair for me to put you through the torture of the losers and then abstain the nice winners from you, especially if that was a jackpot. So I would certainly share it with you. Carlos G asked, what camera do I use and how is school coming along? So as far as the camera, nothing fancy, my iPhone. I have an iPhone that I use for all of my filming, and school is coming along great. I am down to the last 3 classes. I will be starting public relations here in the next few days, and then I have 2 more classes to go, and I should have my bachelor's in hand by the end of winter of this year. So really excited about that. Skank Pronger asked if I drink and smoke. I drink, not regularly, but on occasion, especially when I gamble, when I go down to the casino. I do like to have a few drinks then. Outside of that, maybe once in a while with dinner, but I'm not a heavy drinker and I do not smoke. Larry Laster asked, what would I do if I hit a jackpot? Well, it depends on the size of the jackpot, but I'm one of those people that actually gets joy out of saving money. I've always been a giant saver. I do gamble, but I feel like it's because I put myself in a position to be able to afford to. Before that, when I didn't have this kind of money, I just enjoyed saving. So I think a part of me would definitely still put away some money for a rainy day. Outside of that, of course, I'd want to take care of any debt, pay off my house, pay off cars, things like that. And of course, contribute to not only my friends and family, but maybe some of the organizations that are close to my heart. All right, next we have Storm Fury. He said, have I ever had a claim winner? Sadly, I have not. One of the questions later, I think, does ask me what my biggest winner is, and I'll talk to you about that, but no claim winner yet. Monica Michelle asked, do I always buy my tickets from the same store, and do I have a favorite store? No, I don't. I actually tend to rotate with the stores that are here in my neighborhood. And just whatever feels right that day. I do have one store near my house that I frequent more than the others, and that's only because they allow me to pay for tickets with a debit card. And no, I don't really have a favorite store. I have a few stores that treat me well, where I typically do a little better if I buy tickets from, but I fully realize that that's just luck and completely random. Renee Barnard asks, what do I do for a living? I am in banking, so I am responsible for managing all of the online services that my credit union offers, such as mobile banking and online banking, as well as staff development for support of those services. Let's go ahead and scroll up to the next one. Craig Lloyd asked, what is my favorite pick 3 number? Well, I don't play pick 3 that often, but the numbers I typically go with are going to be 618, 813, or 823. Francisco Ramirez says, congratulations on 1,700 subscribers. He's wondering what my biggest win is that I've had on a scratch off and my latest big win. So the biggest win I've ever had has been twice, and that's going to be $500. One of which was not my own, but there's another question that talks about that, so I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth in just a moment. But the most I've ever won is $500. And latest big win would probably have to be the $50 I won in Louisiana on a $5 ticket. Not very big, but big enough. All right, Nick Lange asked, have I ever won on Pick 3? Actually, I have. The last time I did a Pick 3 giveaway, one of my subscribers picked the right combination, and I hit $80 on that. All right, so let's go ahead, and we're going to cut here real quick so that I can go ahead and tune y'all in into the first winner. So I will be back right after I've selected winners 1 and 2. Hi everyone, it's time to pick our first 2 winners of the Win 3 or the Pick 3 number. So let's see who the first winner is. Have you ever done a face reveal? If not, do you plan on doing one? Number is 863 for Sean O'Neill. Congratulations, Sean O'Neill. Winner number 2 is going to be Nash Gomez with Are You Hispanic? And that number is 427. So congratulations to the 2 of you. Everyone else, stay tuned. The next 2 winners are coming soon. All right, congratulations to the first 2 winners. Our next question comes from Sabrina Dominguez. She says, what is my real name? My professional and personal name is Candy, so that is what I go by. That is my name. And Texan Candy was just kind of a fun spin on my name. Austin Jenkins says, what's the most I've ever won on a single ticket? That's $500. How much do I spend on lottery on a daily basis? Asked Krista2721. I really try to restrict myself to $10 a day. Now, on new releases or Match Mondays, I do tend to spend a little bit more than that, and on occasion, but I typically limit myself to $10 a day, more or less. All right, the next question comes from Fixin' a Scratch. Do I have any other hobbies besides scratch-offs? I'm kind of limited on time when school's in session and work and all of that, so not so much. However, I do have one hobby that I do enjoy when I do have the time for it, and that is cake and cupcake decorating. These days, it's more cupcake decorating. I love it. I think if I had the opportunity to do that full time and know that I was going to make money at it, I would totally open my own bakery. So I love it so much that I'm just going to go ahead and insert some pictures here. Check out these pictures of some cupcakes that I've made before. All right, so the next question comes from S.A. Scratcher. She says, yay, congrats. Her question is that sometimes she hears a charm bracelet. Would I show it? And so some of you that are not from Texas may not know what a charm bracelet is, but this is kind of big in Texas, especially in South Texas, I think. There's a company, James Avery, and I don't think that they're nationwide, that creates silver jewelry mostly. They also have gold, but most people wear their silver, high-end silver. And one of the things that they offer is a charm bracelet, and it's just a bracelet that you can add charms to that basically show facets of your life through a bracelet or things that represent you. So this is mine. It is actually very full. My husband and my mom and my siblings and best friend kind of took it upon themselves to fill this baby up fast. I had it for say 2.5, 3 years, and I got it filled up within the first 1.5 years. So some of the charms, one charm that I don't have on here that I've been horrible about is my best friend gave me a best friend charm, and I have to still get it on here. But some of the charms real quick, Precious Aunt, because I'm an auntie. This is for my sister. We used to do a St. Patrick's Day thing all the time. For my sister too, I'm the oldest of us, so I get a big sister charm. This little Mustang represents my first car, which was my 2005 Ford Mustang. A couple of hearts, eternity hearts from my husband. Dice to represent the gambler in me. And I love you, also from my husband. Faith, Hope, and Love, that came from my mother. That was actually my first charm. A little piggy bank, because as I said previously, I love to save. A very special daughter, also from my mom. 13, which represents Friday the 13th, which is the day that I got married, almost 12 years ago, and a cat to represent my cats because I love my babies. The state of Texas with a heart, because even though I'm not from Texas, Texas has given me so much that I seriously had to represent it on this bracelet. This little ring, which for most people represents an engagement ring, but for me, it's a ring that my mom gave me that I don't really wear too often these days because I'm afraid to lose it, so this kind of represents that ring. And lastly, a little happy birthday charm that I got on one of my birthdays. All right, excellent. Let's go ahead and move along. Lorraine Donnell asked, what's my real name? I told you that one just a moment ago. It's Candy. That's what my actual name is. Where did I buy my first scratch-off ticket? Asked the girly scratcher. I can't even remember, to be honest. I do remember my mom buying them for me when I was still a kid. Every time I had a couple of bucks, it was just fun for me to scratch them. And I actually won once in a while, so I said, hey, why not? Mom, buy me some of those. So I can't remember, but I'm sure it's some corner store either here or in California. Jay Ramirez asked what I did for a living. I answered that one a little earlier. I am in banking and I manage online services. Mark asked if I could afford to go on any vacation, what would it be? Great question. So all of my life, I've wanted to go to Italy, the countryside of Italy, and just kind of spend some time there, as well as, you know, other places across the ocean, Spain, England, Japan. There's been a lot of places that have always been on my mind, but here in the last few years, I've developed a fear of traveling internationally, and I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I just can't get myself to book plane tickets for anywhere that isn't domestic. So sadly, that probably won't happen. So to answer your question, if I was to come across, you know, $20,000 today for dream vacation, it would probably just be to Las Vegas. I love going to Vegas, and it would be awesome to be able to go and gamble like a high roller, and not like, you know, usual normal Americans that have to work for their money. So I just go a little crazy in Vegas, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and cut here. We'll pick up with Megan Shaw in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and select the next two winners for you guys to check out. Hi everyone, it's time to pick winners number 3 and 4 for the pick 3 numbers. 3 is going to be Katie Jakey with Are You Married? If so, for how long? Her numbers are 477. And winner number 4 is Krista2721. Numbers are 271. How much do you spend on lottery on a daily basis? All right, congratulations to the two of you. Everyone else, stay tuned. Winners number 5 and 6 are coming soon. All right, so congratulations to our last two winners. Let's go ahead and move along with the rest of this Q&A. Megan Shaw asked, what's the most I've ever won on a ticket? $500. Evan James said, cat reveal, he wants to see my babies. So everyone knows probably Peppy because he likes to jump on the table often and get in the camera. Snickers is a little bit more reserved. She's only been on film once, and she was a total ham, and that's when I won the $500. But for those of you that have never seen my cats, I'm going to go ahead and insert some pictures here so that you can go ahead and see them. All right, so now that you've seen the cats, let's go ahead and move along. John Davies said, do I like crossword scratch tickets? I actually don't prefer them, those or bingo. They take a little long, and I tend to miss things, and I'm always second guessing myself as to whether I won or not. So they're not my favorites, but I do play them from time to time just to keep things interesting. GS Lucky Charm asked, what is my most embarrassing moment? So this one's a good one, and I don't know that one came to mind right away, and I think I don't really care too much what people think about me. I've just always been one of those people that just doesn't really care too much. So no, I don't get embarrassed often, but it's funny because anytime that I do start feeling reserved, I immediately blush, which is hilarious. But anyway, so I'm going to go with a recent story. I was talking to my boss not too long ago about these giant 20-pound gummy bears that I saw in Vegas. And I kept wanting to tell him they were a novelty. They're novelty items, and this is why people pay, you know, as much as they do for them. But I kept saying they're a commodity. And so if you know what a commodity is, it's a scarce resource, then you know that a gummy bear is totally not a commodity. I said that to him like 6 times and he never corrected me. And I'm sure that he knew that I was using the wrong word. But in hindsight, I was super embarrassed that I kept calling a 20-pound gummy bear a commodity instead of a novelty. All right, Kevin Hill says, what is my greatest accomplishment in life so far? Okay, so this one is a little bit tough because I consider lots of the things that I've done, accomplishments, especially, being somebody who immigrated to the United States at a young age from a poverty-ridden country. But if I had to pick just one, I'm going to say it's continuing my education. My mother sacrificed a lot to come to this country. She sacrificed things, and we went through things that most people probably can't even imagine. And all of my life, I said one day I would go back to school and make her proud. And I'm so close to obtaining that goal. I know a lot of people say you haven't accomplished it till you've received that degree, but I'm 3 classes away. I went back to school while working full-time, and that is not easy. So I think just the fact that I've persevered and I've continued is going to be what I'm going to list as my greatest accomplishment so far. All right, Jordan Smith says, what is my favorite taco joint in San Antonio? I don't know, Jordan. I don't know. I don't know that I have a favorite taco joint. If we're talking Mexican food restaurant, I'd probably have to go with Taqueria Mexico on Somerset Road. All right, let's go ahead and do Belinda's question. She says, have I ever hit a jackpot on slots? And there's Peppy's head. No, I haven't actually. Never have had a hand pay. I actually didn't start playing slots very heavily until recently. All right, so let's go ahead and break here real quick. We will return with Chompy and Stompy. I'm going to go ahead and select my next 2 winners. All right, everyone, it's time to draw winners number 5 and 6 for the pick 3 numbers. We've got AB113. Well, what is your favorite lottery ticket to scratch? Her numbers are 1, 2, and 3. And winner number 6 is going to be James Stickler with what is your favorite number do you look for on instant what is your favorite number do you look for on instant tickets? Number 957. All right, congratulations to the 2 of you. The next 2 winners are coming up soon. All right, so moving right along, Chompy and Stompy asked, what are my favorite foods? I don't necessarily have a favorite food. Give me anything with cheese, melted cheese specifically, and I'm a happy girl. I'm also huge on dessert. Don't have a favorite cuisine type. I'm an adventurous eater, so I will try almost anything once. Sean Potvin asked, what make and model vehicle do I drive? My baby is a Cadillac CTS. Randall Holden asked, do I use intuition to pick tickets or is it just random? Mostly just random, whatever feels right at that moment. I've tried the whole intuition thing a few times and so far it has failed me miserably. TazGirl323 asked what my biggest lottery win is. That is $500. Cali Guy Scratchers Dustin W said, what made me want to start a YouTube channel? Nothing specific. I just kind of thought it would be cool to record my winnings and losings with an audience, people that could experience it with me. I think a lot of us have ill conceptions of the lottery, both on the winning and the losing side. So it's kind of nice to get a realist point of view. Also, I just thought, hey, it'd be cool if I won something nice and I had it on film. So that's kind of why I started, and I got lucky. My first video was a $5 ticket that I won $50 on. Katie Jakey asked, am I married? If so, for how long? Yes, I am indeed. I've actually been married for almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years this August. I married my high school sweetheart. I have known him since I was 16. We started dating when I was 17, and we got married when we were 19. All right, the next question comes from Taylor Haggard. Have I ever met other YouTubers in real life or just talked to them on here? From the YouTube community, the Scratch-Off community, just talked to everyone. I've never met anyone in person. However, I have met Deanna Ivani, who has a slot channel. And I've also just recently met a couple YouTubers that were, I would say more than a couple, about 120 YouTubers at a YouTube event. But of course, none of them were from the Scratch-Off community. Hugo Plasencia asked if I like soccer. I don't really watch it. I played it when I was a kid, but I don't necessarily prefer it from all the sports that are out there. Paul says Patrick McMahon says congratulations, Candy. Thank you, Patrick. Viewers Lotto asked, what made me want to get into scratching scratchers? Did anyone inspire me? Have I ever lost my mojo and wanted to quit? And have I learned anything over the past 18 months? Nothing really inspired me. I just kind of wanted to do it for myself. I'm sure I've watched other scratchers that were kind of cool. But, you know, it's always something that was in the back of my mind. I've never really wanted to quit. I guess I kind of entered the scratching world and the gambling world with a realistic perspective, knowing that the cards are stacked against you, and you're most often going to end up a loser rather than a winner, except for those moments when you get extra lucky. So I think I've consistently kind of kept that mentality. Anything over the last 18 months, only thing really is there's no real strategy. I mean, there's a couple things you can do to better your odds or increase your odds of coming across a winner, not necessarily a large winner. It all just comes down to luck. I think that's probably the one thing that has remained more and more consistent in my mind over the last 18 months. Luisana Hurtado asked, what is my favorite all-time scratch-off? I don't actually have one. I've played many that I liked, especially just ones that treat me well. So, you know, all the designs are cool and different, but I don't have one in particular that stands out as my favorite. Janet Chipende asked if I would post a large jackpot, say 200,000 or more. Yep, I would definitely want to share that with all of you. What do I do with my losing tickets? I have a stack of a gazillion of them. I just keep them in the event I do hit a jackpot and I need them for tax purposes so I can write them off. Have I been noticing big winners in the middle or beginning of the book? And what is my biggest win? By JPUSFINC. No, I think winners can happen beginning and middle. I don't see really any similarities, I suppose. I think they can happen anywhere in the book. And my biggest win is $500. How long have I been scratching for? And how did I get into scratching lottery? Asked Andrew H. I've been scratching since forever. I think my mom used to buy them for me every once in a while when I was maybe 15, 16. And I'm 31 now, so definitely at least half my life. And, you know, I think I just saw my dad buy one day and I thought it was cool. He probably let me scratch it for him or something. So that's probably how I stumbled upon it. Scratch and Kicks asked what inspired me to start my channel. Once again, it was just kind of something I always sort of wanted to do. I thought it'd be cool if I would win a big winner and could share it on camera with all of you. Azeljo90 asked, have I been watching the Copa America Centenario? If so, who do I expect to win? No comment. I have not been watching. I have no idea who's playing. It is just not a sport or an event that I follow. Sean O'Neill says, have I ever done a face reveal? If not, do I plan on doing one? Maybe someday. Not quite ready to fully put my face out there for professional and personal reasons. But stay tuned. I might have a little bit of a sneak peek throughout this video. And last question before we pull the next two winners is going to be Emily S. What is the most amount of tickets I bought in a day or money I've spent in a day? It's easy to get carried away. Yes, it sure is easy to get carried away. If we don't count books, I would say I have probably dropped $250 in one day on tickets, but that's a very rare, very, very rare situation. It's not something that I do often. All right, so let's go ahead and pick our next pick three winners, and then we'll be right back to continue with the questions. Hi everyone, it's time for us to pick our 7th and 8th winner for the pick three. Number 7 is going to be Jim Tuyo, and his question is, what made you start this YouTube channel? His numbers are 003. And then our winner number 8 is Krista, who's already won. So let's go ahead and pull someone else. Darius Brewer. His question is, why did you start playing the lotto and do you play regularly? Numbers are 2, 6, 7. Congratulations to Jim Tuyo and Darius Brewer for winning number spots 7 and 8. And stay tuned, everybody. Our last two winners are coming up soon. All right. The next question comes from Michael Winda. What is my favorite ticket to scratch? I know this one came up already before, and I think it's going to be on here again. Don't necessarily have a favorite. Any ticket that treats me nice, I will be happy to play. I always like to see the different designs from the different states, not necessarily married to any of them. Chandrika Henry asked, have I ever won something big over 100? Yes, I've won over 100 several times. I've lost track of $100 winners. My biggest win would be 500, and I've done that twice. What's the largest amount I've ever won from the lottery? 500. That was from Ron Cabral. Melissa S. asked, what has been my favorite scratch ticket to play? So, as I said already, don't really have a favorite. I like them all. Any of your standard match and wins or bonus symbols are always great. Raha Montevon asked, considering all the Skunky 5 tickets that you've played, do you think it's time for you to retire from that ticket and push through it in hopes that the Skunky 5 will show its smelly face? I think it's funny he calls it a Skunky 5. I play it once in a while still. It's not been a horrible ticket to me. I still get some money back once in a while, so why not? Hoping it'll show its face, but I know that the likelihood is minimal. Danny Hayes asked if I'm married. I think I answered this one a few minutes ago, but yes, I am. Been married for almost 12 years to my high school sweetheart. Yasma Williamson asks, why do I play most of the time $2 in small tickets? Am I afraid of spending 20? So I do play small tickets, but it's not usually 2 or smaller. I tend to stick around the $5 or less range, with the majority of my tickets being $1, $2, and $5 tickets, and once in a while $3 tickets. The reason why I do that is because I am on a budget. So to kind of fit my lifestyle and the budget that I've allotted for myself, playing $5 and less on those tickets is going to be the best way to stretch out my buck, just so that I don't go crazy. If I start playing $20 tickets, then that can add up very quickly. I mean, $20 a day, 30 days in a month, that's $600, and that's just one ticket. So yeah, that's why I don't really do $20 tickets that often. Julia Wood said, would I consider showing my face for a second? Just curious that she wants to see the face that goes with the hand and the voice. So this actually came up quite a bit. There's other questions asking about what I look like and things like that. So while I'm not exactly ready to show my entire face, I decided that I have a picture that I took recently of myself with a Snapchat filter where I'm a kitty cat. So I'm going to insert that here. It'll give you some idea of what I look like. Maybe in the future I'll show you an actual face reveal. So check that out. All right, so now I'm sort of kind of exposed. You guys have some idea what I look like. So I know it still leaves quite a bit to the imagination, which is kind of the point, but I hope that at least kind of sort of gives you an idea of who the person behind the camera is. All right, Emily Tate asked, what is my favorite restaurant in San Antonio or Texas in general? You know, Emily, I don't think I really have one. I enjoy kind of just trying different foods and going to different places. And, you know, just trying different cuisines. So not necessarily married to a restaurant. Darius Brewer asks, why did I start playing lotto, and do I regularly play a lottery? Scratch-offs, yes, I play those regularly. Why I started, I would say mostly it's because we don't have a casino nearby. The closest casino is 2.5 hours away, and it's a slot-only casino. It does not have card games or craps. So it was kind of a way for me to, you know, scratch the itch without really going far away. I should be playing the draw games more often, but I don't. All right, Charger 31711. What state besides Texas is my favorite state lottery? I have played from several states, and I'm going to say that I see a lot of good ones come out of Jersey and Pennsylvania. But, you know, that's all part of perception, perhaps. So I enjoy all of them. Texas Scratch Off Videos asked what my favorite dessert is. I love dessert in general. I probably don't have a favorite, but some of my favorites include tiramisu, creme brulee, strawberry cheesecake, and an assortment of cupcakes. Nash Gomez asked if I'm Hispanic. Yes, I am. I am actually from Mexico. I am home from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, so I am Mexican American. What is my favorite lottery ticket to scratch? Asked AB113. Again, don't really have a favorite, not married to a specific one. I like them all. Jim Tuyo asked, what made me want to start this YouTube channel? I think I've answered this one a couple times already. Nothing specific, just wanted to see if I ever did get a nice big win. I wanted to have that on camera to share it with the community as well as to be able to replay it for myself. Alma Alvarez asks, how long have I been playing scratchers? I think I can recollect as far back as maybe 15 years old, so at least half my life, 16 years or so. Yolanda Roy asked if I ever go to Vegas, and then she says, let's get a group together and have some fun there. I do go to Vegas, Yolanda Roy. It is one of my favorite places. Typically, I go anywhere between 1 to 3 times a year. It has been a little while right now just because things have been crazy with school and work, but I do like to go. And who knows, maybe one day we will have a community trip out there. K Ballard 27 asked if I've ever won a grand prize on a scratch off. No, I have not. I think it's very few and far between that people actually win on those, but hopefully one day I will. Lotto Maniac asked if I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I don't dislike them, but I'm a Spurs fan, so it's kind of all about the Spurs in my household. So, you know, congratulations to the Cavaliers, though, for winning recently. That's really awesome for the city and for LeBron, so congratulations to all of you. But yep, Spurs fan for life. PA Scratch King PA asked how long I've been playing tickets, biggest hit, favorite ticket, past and present. So been playing for at least 16 years. Biggest hit is $500. Favorite ticket, past or present, don't really have one. I like them all. Patrick Alexandra asked, what state haven't I played scratch offs from? I don't really know all the states that have them out there. I want to say that New Mexico has some and I haven't played from there. Jersey has some and I haven't played Jersey. Those are the two that kind of, and I think Iowa also, and I haven't played Iowa. Those are the ones that kind of stand out, but I'm sure there's many others I haven't played. Dolphins fan 55 asks what are my favorite scratchers to watch. And let's go ahead and like that. It looks like that came in just a few moments ago. Actually, I have a lot, probably too many to name, but I'll try. Here from my state of Texas, Fixin' a Scratch, AR Platinum. From outside of my state of Texas, I'd probably have to say PA Scratch King PA is definitely one of them. Lotto King, Captain Cards Worth, Let's Scratch, Chompy and Stompy. Michigan Lottery Tickets. She changed her name to Scratch Tickets here, I think. Sorry, she'll always be known as Michigan Lottery Tickets to me. Greaser Bub and Bob Plackno, just to name a few, but that's like not even scratching the surface. There's just way too many of them. Matt Powell asked what made me want to start a YouTube channel. Just kind of wanted to capture my own hits on camera. All right, Lotto Chick 55, what's the biggest prize I've ever won scratching somebody else's ticket from a different scratcher channel? So that would be, oh, and that's another one that's one of my favorites, Jerry12250 from the previous question. And it was actually one of his tickets. He sent me some tickets last December, and I hit $500 on one of them, so that was kind of cool. Kristen Blalock, do I do crosswords? She knows they take a while, but they're kind of fun and suspenseful. I do. I don't do them too often for the channel just because of that. They do take long and I tend to miss things, but I will be doing some soon for those of you that like them, that watch the channel, because of course I do want to make all of you happy. All right, I think this is a good stopping spot. Let's go ahead and pull the last two winners of the Pick 3 wins, and I will be right back to answer the rest of these questions. All right, everyone, it's time to pick our last two winners of the Pick 3 numbers. Number 9 is going to be Fixin' to Scratch with Do You Have Other Hobbies Besides Scratch-Offs? And his numbers are 133. And lastly, our last winner is Chandrika Henry. Numbers are 516. And have you ever won something big over $100? So those are the 10 winners. I will be buying all of the Pick 3 numbers today for today's evening drawing, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, everyone, welcome back. So let's go ahead and wrap up the rest of these questions. The next question comes from Danny Trainer. When am I going to do a face reveal? I don't know exactly when that is going to be, but in case you missed it a few minutes ago, there was a picture of me as a kitty cat, so check that out. All right, James Strickler asked, what is my favorite number that I look for on instant tickets? I don't know if that means ticket number or match number, but some of my favorite numbers include 18, 13, 23, and 21. If I was to hit $1 million, what would be the first thing I spent it on besides a new car and house? That was asked by Yee Yee Nation. Probably on a vacation, a very, very nice vacation for me and my immediate family. Evan Maries said, congratulations for 1,700. Thank you so much. And the last question comes from I've Got an Itch. Do I ever go on a big slump? Did I take a break? If I did, and how long was the break? And did it turn around after? So I've actually had several big slumps. I think I lose more often than I win. If you watch the videos, you probably already know that. But no, I've never really taken a big break from it. I think I went in with the right mentality of knowing that chances were that that was going to happen. So I've really been able to, you know, kind of continue moving along when things are happening as expected, sort of. But, you know, I do definitely always recommend, especially for people that spend a lot more money than I do, take a break, you know, take a moment, take a breather. In most cases, you're not going to miss out on something great. Now, if there's a chance that you do, and you do miss out on something great, there's a reason for it. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and it doesn't always make sense. So, you know, if you're going on a slump, take a break, take a breather, come back, revitalize your brain, your pocketbook, and try again. All right, everybody. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed the 1,700 subscriber special. I know this was a much longer video than you guys are used to getting from me, but I wanted to make sure to answer all of the wonderful questions that I received from all of you, as well as do the drawing for the 10 winners and show you a couple of my baking pictures, my kitty cat pictures, and of course, a little glimpse into who Candy is, not just through the questions, but through a little bit of a picture that gives you some sort of idea of what I look like. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and stay tuned. If we do win on the pick 3, I will be doing a kind of a wrap-up video later with the results of the pick 3 drawing. Thanks for watching. Bye.